Now, I'm going to be tying a fly using the material. This is it here. This is it's the original, there we are. It's called Flexibody. So I'm going to show you how to tie it. It's quite simple. Now, I'm using an all-purpose hook here. It's a medium wire hook. I've debarbed it, just got it, pressed the barb in with the jaws of the vise. And this size 16 is about the size I like. Size this and 14s. Now, as I say, it's quite simple to tie. You can weight it or unweight it, it's up to yourself. So I'm going to add a wee bit of weight to it. So I'm just using sticky back lead foil. I'm just going to thicken the thorax area up. So all I'm going to do is just this area. There we go. And that's the thorax done. I want to try and get a nice taper on this fly. Thread I'm just using a Lt-Cahill thread, an 80. Now you can see I'm really close to the hook so you can see what I'm doing. So start at the eye, using the waste piece guide the thread, turns as you go over the lead. And then up towards the back. Now I'm going to come just to the point as it goes round the bend, so I want the tail to sit slightly down. Now you could use a pale yellow hackle or whatever, or Partridge. I'm going to use Partridge. This is just a Partridge hackle dyed. It's a very pale, it's a Cahill colour. This one comes from Vineyard, so if you ask for the yellow, that's what you'll get. Tail fibres, just bring them 90 degrees out. Don't be shy with the tail fibres, a good half a dozen or so. You're looking for a tail round about, say, half the shank. Catch them on the top. See how they're sitting? It's fine. Now turn just a lock, trim this halfway up or so. Then I'm going to get, this is basically dark olive. Now you see I cut with the card, this is a mil width. So a millimetre wide. So then what I'm going to do is cut it into a point. So it starts off tapered. Catch it at the back, nice and tight. And work my way up. This point here. And then basically just work with the tail, a nice straight turn at the back. Give it a wee stretch. You can stretch this material, it's really good. And then slightly come over your turns as you come up to form the body, the shape that you want. Should do it. As long as you get that nice taper in it. Take away the waste. Now, what I'm going to use here, you can either use that brown, or in this case, this is black. This will represent the wing buds. I like the wing buds to be really dark. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut it into a point. This is 2 mil wide for this size, so I'm going to cut it into a point. Catch the point on the top. Nice and tight. And then I'm going to use a pale, in this case, pale yellow rabbit fur. You could use whatever dubbing you have, as long as it's nice and light. Rabbit's really good for doing bodies like this, thoraxes. Nice and light, just a nice shape. There we go, that's plenty. Just let me check. Looks okay. And then we come back to our Partridge. Now we bring out enough fibres to form legs either side. Tear them away so when they're tight, when they're lined up, tear them away. And then basically form into like a V and come in. And then put some either side. Now I'm just going to take my time with a couple of loose turns. and then position these fibres. I'll show you them just to get a small, like a small V. At this point what I'm going to do is make sure there's wax on my thread, because I don't want this to move. The wax will cause the threads to stick. Then what we want to do is come in here, trim away the excess, the waste. See how it's sitting. Now sometimes I like to put a wee touch of dubbing just at that point. You can see how the legs are sitting there. Now you can go back to the same dubbing. Tiny wee drop. Just sort of tidies that area. Then we can bring over our black Flexibody. Feel it reasonably tight. One, two, three. Trim away. Now what I'm going to do here is use a Pantone pen. I'm using this one here. This colour. You could use a brown or a black even. I've used black to colour the thread up, so it's more to the colour of the fly. And don't be shy of your head. You want a nice head on this fly. Tidy the head area up. And then we can varnish, finish, and then varnish. Keep it as light as possible. Well, basically what you see in the water, when these are coming off, what you'll see is like looks like small seed shape nymphs when they're coming up. Especially you'll see them towards the tail end of the pool. Especially you'll see these small nymphs darting towards the surface. And then what we do, just a wee touch of varnish all the way around. And there we are. It's a small olive nymph. Very simple to tie. 16s, you can go smaller if you want even. You go a lot smaller, you go a couple of sizes smaller as well as a couple of sizes bigger. And this pattern will represent a few species. All of it coming off. You can see it's quite neat. Very simple. So, see how you want it to kind of flare slightly, but I usually fish this fly with another to control the depth. You could rather use it with another fly, like a wet fly, a small soft tackle wet. So, nice wee fly. So I hope you enjoyed that.